So just so everyone knows, hey, hello to all the 1.4 billion people in India. This is Blake, and of course Vinesh, the founder of CBDstore.in. We're here with Dave Scott. Dave is about as top tier an athlete in the world as you could possibly imagine. This man has been the champion of 6 world Ironman competitions. Is there anyone who's won more than 6? Are you like the record holder?
Well, I'd like to sit on that lofty pedestal in that introduction you just gave me, Blake. But my co-competitor, Mark Allen, went on to win 6. He beat me in this sort of epic duel. It came down to the last 2K on the run, and he had a little more energy. So that was his first win after 6 tries. Wow. And then he went on to win 6 more. And really the reigning queen of Kona is Paula Newby-Fraser, and she's won 8 times. So the women have hovered above the men again, and so she's really the queen. Yeah. So and this was quite a while ago. In recent years, there's been 3-time winner and 4-time winner Chrissie Wellington from the UK that I coach. But
and for anyone out there who doesn't know, just some people are going to know. I mean, but for anyone who doesn't know, an Ironman competition is, it's a marathon. There's a 26-mile run. Vinesh, do you know what is that in kilometers?
I can tell you, Blake, because you're kind of fumbling through all this, so you've got the wrong order.
Yeah, it's swimming first, but I can never remember how many. Is it a mile swim? How many swim?
It's 3,800 meters.
Keep it at that.
3,800 meter swim. That starts off, and that's relatively short in comparison to the whole day. I do it a little over 8 hours, and some people are out there for 17 hours, and then you make an immediate transition to the bike, and the bike is 180 kilometers.
Yeah.
So that's a fairly lengthy bike ride. And then the run is a marathon run, which is 42K. So those are all kind of strung together, and
one after another.
One after another. Yeah, there's quite a range, 8 hours, and the cutoff is 17. So a lot of people finish at midnight, and unfortunately, I've had dinner at that point. But that was a long time ago.
Oh man! But for you to win that 6 times just blows my mind. That is incredible.
Yeah, you're basically the New York Yankees of the Ironman competition.
Well, Vinesh, we'd like to think that arrogantly that the endurance athletes are a little better health conscious and fitness conscious than baseball players. So, but it is permeating all sports. Sort of the health denominator, which covers a lot of areas and things we're going to talk about. But for a long time, and I'm not going to rag on the baseball players, but a lot of them just have had. I already have. Yeah, they've had unhealthy lifestyles, and to me, I find it galling because endurance sports, the athletes really have to watch the whole health package to be fit year round, and I think that a lot of the major sports, certainly here in the States, they're seasonal, and when they're in the off season, a lot of these pro players are disgraceful.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like a common theme growing up watching sports was we would see when India would play England or Australia in cricket.
Yes.
We would always get beaten simply on the basis of fitness, because the Australian and the English players, they would regularly hit the gyms. They would be like ripped jack dudes, whereas the Indian dudes were like pretty thin or kind of, slim fat, skinny fat and stuff. So this was a very common theme in our life. Now it's changed a lot. Now you can see all the countries, they have, fit players and stuff. So I totally feel that it's, it's very important regardless of the sport you're in, or even if a person is not in any sport, to, live a healthy life just for the joy of living a healthy life. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's really the precedent above all sports and all athletes, is that, what's your what's your healthy lifestyle? A lot of people, a lot of athletes can't define that, but it is getting better. And I have watched a lot of cricket. I haven't traveled to India, but I've traveled to Australia many, many times, and I've watched those 3 and 4 day matches. So you go out and do your thing, you come back, turn on the TV, it's still going on. Well, these athletes have a lot of endurance.
They're kind of an Ironman of their own, that these games go on for 3 or 4 days.
I agree. That's remarkable.
That's funny. All right.
So, Dave, I must ask you, what's your history with CBD? How long have you been using CBD? How many years has it been? And what's your experience with it been like so far?
Well, I tried it about 5 years ago, but really in the last 3, I've been consistently using it. And I know we're going to get into some of these questions, but we're looking at using CBD for a lot of different reasons, athletic and health. I initially started taking it just for kind of anxiety and also sleep. And I mean, as you know very well, and you're in the industry, the different forms of CB1 and CB2 affect your endocannabinoid system. And so I, did my homework on that. And I said, I really want to be able to kind of calm my crazy mind down at night. And so that was the initial reason. And then I started looking at the second form of just to prevent inflammation. And I think when we look at systemic inflammation, that has a lot of ongoing research with CBD. And so those are the 2 reasons. But I've now evolved, and we can cover this, into how can it really enhance exercise performance. So prior to exercise, during exercise, and also the recovery component. So I'm actually working with a company right now that we're infusing CBD with other different compounds to really enhance that whole profile. So from the time you wake up in the morning, throughout the entire day, athletic or healthy, recovery and sleep at night. But initially it was sleep and inflammation.
Interesting.
So,
And